You gotta put in that work, dog.
Hello and welcome in. I'm the coach, and you're watching Madden Ultimate Team. We've been waiting for this one all week, and the wait is now over. It's time to play ball.
The rookie fourth rounder out of LSU, Cade York, has this one teed up. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former NFL MVP, already a two-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season out of Louisville, Lamar Jackson.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
Room here to run. And all the way home for the Broncos score. It's a scintillating run by Lamar Jackson. And the Broncos get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson. And really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy's simply sensational.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the former NFL MVP, already a two-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season out of Louisville, Lamar Jackson.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down, run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Sack there by Bruce Smith.
Well, it's apparent that these guys are getting after it right from the opening kickoff. They roll right downfield and score on their first possession. And here on defense, back-to-back sacks. Someone is ready to play.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now. From the gun, it's Jackson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Here comes the Rams punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And he floated one out there, incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing with too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Open man is Michael Irvin, complete. They'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown! Michael Irvin, 44 yards. And the Broncos have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously, in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that way.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Play action. Now Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DeMarcus Ware coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. The 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. And he'll take it just outside the 40. There'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Another run, this time McCaffrey. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And some room to maneuver. And all the way home for the Broncos score. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Jackson. Flushed out right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Now here's Trenton Gill now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken on the 25. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Got a man, it's Michael Irvin. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Looking for the crossing receiver, and he's got it. It's Samuel. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Inside give to Davis. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. Look at a nice little drive brewing right here.
And Davis gets in for a Denver touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are able to widen their lead here in this first half. But it's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away. But this one might be over by halftime.
And since you already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. And here's Trenton Gill on to punt. And take it right on the 30. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Randy Moss, 39 yards.
And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Tucker now to add the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. This time they'll just keep this on the ground. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin getting set for quarter number 3 here.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try to put points on the board.
Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Going to run with Madison again. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. He's going to have the hook up to Gage.
And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll go Madison up the middle.
He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Jackson. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
That was J.J. Watt getting in there and getting him to the ground.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now it's Jackson. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly is told that you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Carl Banks, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. To try again after the sack, Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. Back now here at MetLife Stadium.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
This will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Tucker with the extra point, and it is 42-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests. But in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. From just shy of midfield, Jackson. Connection made on the out route to Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jackson will throw again. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. To throw is Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to feels like a lost cause.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives. And I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
He's got Michael Irvin complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Open man is Samuel, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Now Jackson on 1st down. That's caught by Irvin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice game there. This one goes for 20.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end. But right now, they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take quick.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it will sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball.